Oh, we're going? All right. What's up, everybody? So, like I promised, we're going to do a review on 2003 Acura RSX. This is my buddy's car who's actually videotaping right now. So, let's, I guess, just get to it before we get to the driving. If you want to come up close to the rims, we got MB Battles on here with Ventus S1 Noble 2s. All season tires, great grip so far for me, just sitting in the passenger seat seeing what's going on. It's got this nice maroon grandma color. Keep telling him he should wrap this car, but he doesn't want to. On the back we put on this nasty wing, as we like to call it. Got it color matched. Where'd you get it from?
Car ID.
CarID.com. They have a lot of great stuff on there. I would definitely recommend checking them out. And we don't have a full exhaust on here, but we just have a new muffler. I don't even know what it is. What is it? 3A Racing. Sounds great. We'll do a sound clip of that too. I'll drive the car. We'll drive it around, give total input on it, what we think of it, what we like of it, what we don't like of it. I'll have him give his input too, since this is his car. He drives it daily, where I'm just gonna get to drive it for the day. Nobody ever gets to. We take a quick look on the inside. So on the inside we have the nice 3-spoke steering wheel. We got 5-speed, manual obviously, VTEC. This is the stock edition, not the Type S. So it's slow, very slow, very slow. But this is a great beginner car if you want to learn manual. They're fairly cheap. He got this for about 10 grand, but it only had 30,000 miles on it, which is a hell of a deal for this car, I think. Then after he put on the wheels, put on the wing, put on a new shift boot, shift knob. We put in the new stereo from from his old car. What else have we done?
Lowering springs.
Oh, that too. Look at that. Look at that. Lowering springs in here. Lowered it 2 inches, I believe. And these are 17-inch rims where we had 16s on it before, so this looks a lot better, a lot cleaner.
I think it's 17 by 9.5 wide.
They don't care.
Whoa.
If you guys want specs, we'll put in the description of the rims. We can put what's it called? We won't put links because I mean, if we can find the links, we'll find the links of everything that's on this car. But if not, we'll kind of give an overall description and brand, that's what it's called, of what they are. Okay, cut it.
Your call has been
Oh,
forwarded.
20 seconds. She's bitch buttoning me. Alright, what's up everybody? Let's get to the driving now. So a lot of things I like about this car is it shifts really well. It's not hard to shift at all. That's why previously I said it's actually an easy car to learn on if you're first learning to drive manual. I definitely would recommend this car because it's a Honda. It's a Honda, people. Let's be real, this is a Honda. Everybody says, no, Acura and Hondas are different. No, they fucking aren't. They are the exact same cars. But it has great handling, definitely has great handling, great shift points, I think. Clutch is easy to learn on. This is, I think, my second time driving it, but this time I'm actually driving it. Before it was just in a parking lot before I got my car. So in a way, I guess I kind of learned on this car, but more so on mine, since I only drove this for like 10 minutes in a parking lot one time. So I definitely like it. It's only the base model, so it's not a ton of power, but if you're just starting out, it's, I think, the perfect amount of power. because when you start out, you don't want to get into a car that's 300 horsepower or more. You know, you're not going to have good control over the car. Where this, it's nice. So I forget what the name of these tires are, but we got these last summer, I believe, towards the end of it, and great handling, great control on the road, whether it's, you know, wet out, dry, awesome handling. The rims give it a nice look. Definitely give it a nice look. The exhaust sounds good. I don't really know if you guys can hear it in here because since it's just the muffler, it's nothing super loud, but it still sounds good. My head's hitting the ceiling right now. It's kind of awkward because I am fairly tall. You guys don't know, but now you might know. So the steering's tight on this. The suspension, it's rides a little rough, but it's nice because you stay like level to the ground. What else would you call that? Like, not just like level to the ground, but it's like, I don't know.
Planted.
Yeah, it's very planted. So like when you turn, you don't feel like, just say for instance, you're gonna roll the car, which, you know, we don't ever go fast enough that you would, but you feel nice and like planted. It's a very good word for it. So overall, like just so far, just driving it right now, just on these back roads, it's good. You know, there's no complaints so far. The interior is pretty simple too. There's no fancy features in it, since, like I said, it's a base model from 2003. I mean, they didn't really have a ton of like options for this car then, I guess. What's this at for horsepower?
160.
Yeah, 160 horsepower. You know, not a lot, but it's not a little either. Perfect amount because it's a light car, as you guys can probably tell from the pictures and from what you guys have all heard from the car. So, like I was saying, good beginner car. He got this for about $10,000 with 30,000 miles. Great price, great deal on the car. So if people are looking actually at getting this car, I looked up prices before on these cars with higher miles, and I saw ranges from anywhere from like $2,000 to, you know, $12,000. And that the higher end, those cars usually have some mods are like the Type S models. Hold on one second. All right. So I would highly recommend this car for people who would like to begin and would like an easy, cheaper car, but also a nice car. Because these cars, they last a while. If you do your maintenance, you take care of the car. You know, these cars do last a long time. No question about it. My aunt, she has a 96 Honda Civic, and it's over 200,000 miles, and all she's ever done is regular maintenance. She's had no major repairs on it. You know, she changes her oil, you know, changes her fluids, tune-ups, simple things like that. You know, she washes and waxes it like twice a week, takes good care of her car, and it's in virtually mint condition. So with that being said, Honda, Acura, it goes hand in hand. So these cars last just as long too. You know, I did my research before I bought my car, made sure that it was going to be a good choice, a reliable car. He did his research when he bought this car, but I was talking to him earlier today, and he said that he wasn't going to be doing much more with the car, as in performance, because he wants to just start saving to get a higher performance car, maybe like an STI, BRZ, maybe the new Honda, what is it, the Type R?
Yeah.
New Type R, you know, cars like that, because this is what he bought it for. He bought it to begin on, to learn on, before he decided to go with a more powerful car. He wanted to make sure he liked manual. Make sure you guys like driving manual before you go spend the money. Make sure you guys can learn it, because I know some people who bought a car and they couldn't learn it. They just didn't like it. They didn't have the patience for it. And then there's some people who think that they like it, but that first time they get stuck in traffic, they realize they hate it, and you know, you guys could be screwed out of thousands of dollars, because now you have a car that you have to wait on, sell, you have payments on, whatever it is. Just make sure you guys, before you buy a car, you either try one of your friends who will let you, or just buy a cheaper car that, you know, that you can learn on, because you'd rather learn on a shittier car, and it'll actually make driving the newer car a lot easier, and you won't put as much wear and tear on the newer car with burning out the clutch possibly, or anything like that. So definitely I would recommend trying somebody's car that you know, or, you know, buying a cheaper car where he knew he was definitely gonna like it, and if not, he paid cash for the car, so if he wanted to, he could just turn around and sell it. Where I knew when I bought my car, it wasn't gonna be a big deal. I wasn't gonna hate it because I drove his car, and I actually learned it fairly quickly in that day of driving it for 20 minutes. I kind of got it down, since, you know, I've rode things with clutches my whole life, whether it was a dirt bike, ATV, whatever it was. So I'm very mechanically inclined as well, so it was kind of easier for me to learn on. So yeah, just remember that, and always drive fast. All right, what's up, everybody?
What did I tell you?